Welcome everyone, let's jump right into today's explainer. If you're looking to lock down your foundational English vocabulary, well, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to take a list of A1 English words, literally the absolute building blocks of the language, and we're going to bring them to life. So instead of just reading a dry list, textbook style, we're weaving these words into a simple, fun story, so you can practice your listening skills right in context.
So here is your challenge for today. Sit back, relax, and really listen closely. Focus on the story, but also let your eyes follow along. Whenever you hear a key vocabulary word, you'll see exactly how it's spelled and its part of speech right there in front of you. It's honestly a fantastic way to train your ears and your eyes all at the exact same time. Ready?
Okay, let's kick things off. The beginning of our story starts with a boy, and this boy, well, he wakes up in a big apartment.
Now, as the boy wakes up, he gets out of his bed. He wanders into the bathroom and takes a nice, warm bath. And finally, he sits down to eat his breakfast. Bed, bathroom, bath, and breakfast. These are absolutely essential nouns that pretty much make up anyone's daily morning routine.
So, for breakfast, our boy looks at his food. He picks up an apple, but it doesn't look very good. Actually, it's a bad apple. Nobody wants that, right? So he decides to eat some bread instead, and the bread tastes much better. He happily swapped a bad apple for some better bread.
Let's just pause the narrative for a quick second to look at our setting. An apartment is basically a set of rooms for living in, usually on one floor of a building. It's the perfect starting point for our boy's busy day. But he isn't going to just sit inside all day.
No, it's time for a journey. Our boy packs his things, bringing a bag. He steps outside and hops on a bus, which takes him all the way to the airport. So, just to recap his morning, he brings a bag on a bus to the airport.
While he's sitting on that bus, he looks around at the other passengers. And who does he see? Well, he sees an adult and a small baby. Glancing out the window, he spots an animal running by the road and someone riding a bicycle.
But suddenly, something happens. The baby sees that animal outside and just starts crying. Why? Because the baby is afraid. Now, to be afraid means to feel fear, anxiety, or to be frightened. And this baby is definitely afraid of the animal.
Let's see how this all builds over the day. We started off at 8 a.m. with breakfast. Now, time has passed. It's 2 p.m., placing us right in the middle of the afternoon. And we know that later tonight at 7 p.m. there's going to be a birthday party. These time markers are super helpful to move us through the story.
Okay, so it is now the afternoon. The boy realizes the weather is just way too beautiful for a trip. He doesn't want to go to the airport after all. He decides to travel away from the airport. Instead, he goes to the beach. You can kind of feel that relaxing shift in our story, right?
While walking on the warm sand at the beach, he actually sees some people filming a movie. He points and sees a man performing. That man is an actor. And standing right next to him is a woman performing. She is an actress, actor and actress.
He keeps walking and looks across the water. Up in the sky, he sees an animal flying. It's a bird, but not just any bird. It's a beautiful bird. And down in the water, he sees a boat. Again, not just any boat, a blue boat. A beautiful bird and a blue boat. It really paints a vivid picture, doesn't it? Soon, the sun begins to set, and it's evening now. Our timeline brings us to the final event of the day. The boy leaves the beach and walks into town. He enters a cafe. And why is he there? Well, because it's time for a celebration. It's a birthday.
Inside the cafe, the tables are completely covered with party supplies. There's a large cake, there's a glass bottle, and inside that bottle is some beer. And over on the table, right next to some bread, is some butter. Cake, bottle, beer, butter. 4 essential A1 words for throwing a really great party.
So what does the boy do next? He walks up to the person working at the cafe. He wants that cake, but he can't just take it. He has to buy it. And to buy means to get something by paying money for it. Simple enough.
So the boy buys a cake and a bottle of beer. But wait, it's actually not for him. Whose birthday is it anyway? Well, it's for his brother. But not a baby brother. It's for his adult brother. He buys a cake and a bottle of beer for his adult brother.
Eventually, the party's over and the day is done. It's time for our story to come to an end. The boy picks up his phone. He makes a call to his friends who couldn't be there. And before he hangs up, he says a friendly bye.
What a day it's been, right? From waking up in the apartment to the bus ride, the beach, and the cafe. It wasn't just a good day. It was an amazing day, astonishing and full of surprise. It perfectly describes a day full of so much action and vocabulary.
And that brings us to our very last word, can. It's a modal verb we use to talk about ability. So I'm going to leave you with this question to chew on. Now that you've heard this story, can you begin a story using these A1 words? Seriously, I challenge you to grab a few words from this explainer and try writing your own sentences today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and definitely keep practicing.